Hi everybody, thank you for tuning into another video on TK's Tech Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new controller from EasySMX. This is the M15 mobile game controller, the Bluetooth edition of their M15 controller that I previously reviewed. So this was the previous one. This one here had a USB Type-C connector on it, and awesome controller overall. They've now released a Bluetooth version of the same controller, so we're going to open it up, or give it a quick test. We'll compare it to the original one and just see how it performs overall. Now the idea here is, if you're connecting via Bluetooth, then hopefully it's going to support larger devices, because you're not worried about trying to squeeze a larger device in with a C port. So I'll test it out with my tablet. Let's just quickly go over the features. This is black one. There we go. Let's just quickly go over the features. So we've got Hall effect joysticks. We've got what they were used to hearing on my channel when I described the EasySMX controllers, is their mecha tactile buttons, which ultimately use micro switches and provide a very satisfying clicky feedback response. We've got ergonomic grips, which is just a really good quality standard from EasySMX controllers in general. The triggers are also Hall effect triggers, so they've got Hall and rapid triggers. We've got vibration built into the unit as well, and also a tactile D-pad, so that's clicky as well. I'm going to go around all of these again in a minute. And then on what else have we got on there? Laser engraved anti-slip texture and mappable back buttons as well, which also existed on here. So it's pretty much the same joypad with Bluetooth connectivity instead of Type-C connectivity. Supports Android and iOS and also Nintendo Switch, which is interesting because obviously this one didn't support the Nintendo Switch. It says it's going to give you 8 to 12 hours of battery life, and so we should really just get this tested. 400 milliamp hour battery included. Type-C A to C charging cable is included in the package, which obviously didn't come with that one because you didn't need it. There's an instruction manual included in case you need to know your way around the controller, and that is it for packaging. There's nothing else in there, and to be honest, nothing else is needed. So from a profile perspective, you can see they're identical in size. The only key difference there is there's no C port on this one where it is on this one. From a stretch perspective, I think we're going to get exactly the same stretch out of this. So I'm trying to just look at my table underneath, and I'm getting roughly, I don't know how many centimeters I'm getting there, but the bridge seems to be exactly the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, roughly 8 centimeters on the expansion there, and that is also exactly the same. But again, the benefit is because you're not trying to squeeze a device in over the C port, doing bending and all sorts of stuff, you can probably get a larger device in. So this here is my 8.8 inch Lenovo Yoga tablet. It's still not going to fit in there anyway because this is a larger size tablet, but you're not going to have a problem getting something like your Galaxy Fold in, for example. And oh, look at the dust on that. Now, the other advantage of having a Bluetooth device versus the C device is when you've got a phone like this with an awesome screen, if you're plugging it into the C port, you've got your device hanging out the bottom like this, for example, right? Now, that's connected, it's going to work absolutely fine. Now that's where your C port, so you've got the device hanging out the bottom. Sometimes it might not be a problem, especially with an awesome device like this, because these have lovely hand grips here. You get really good traction on the controller. You can rest your fingers there, you can really grip it, and that sort of weight distribution doesn't really cause you an issue when you're gaming with this. So I've used this quite a bit, and it provides a really good overall gaming experience, right? But if you have a preference to mount your device a bit higher, I'm trying to just get this out, you can see how securely that is connected in, really good quality controller. Then now you are free to place your phone or your tablet wherever you choose. You can have it in the middle, you can have it at the top if you wish. I'm going to just switch it around because my case is thicker on the bottom. You can have it like this. Obviously this supports connectivity with the Nintendo Switch, so you can have that in between as well. And this opens up more options for you in terms of just preference, right? So here you're fixed to just one position for the phone. Here you're able to slide your phone up and down however you want, and no doubt most people will probably want that in the middle for balance weight, and I would probably use it like this in the middle as well, because I think that actually sits really nice, and you can take advantage of a lovely big screen like this. So let's just take a look at the controller quickly. Again, we've got the D-pad, lovely D-pad there. Their D-pads are always very satisfying to use. They're very smooth on the edges. They've got a lovely soft clicky feel to them. These mecha tactile micro switches are really responsive. Trust me, when you're playing games with these, you will notice a difference. They're smooth, they're quick, they're a bit noisy, but not super noisy. They provide a really good satisfying sound and feedback. So just really nice to click all around. The Hall effect analog sticks are buttery smooth, exactly the same as the ones on here. They've got a really nice height to them as well, as you can see there. The L and R3 buttons are very nice and clicky. They're not too hard to press. They're also not too soft that you're pressing them accidentally. And again, being able to click them at the extremes of the analog sticks as well without any problem, with ease. So they're actually very nice to press overall. The grips on the actual D-pad, so on the actual sticks there, you've got a Xbox 3 or Xbox Series X controller style grip or texture on the actual outer ring, and you've got the convex dimples in the actual sticks there. Again, exactly the same as the other one. I personally prefer convex, so I like them when they're dipped in, but these are concave, not a big deal breaker. And the grip does not wrap around the bottom side of the analog sticks, so if that is your preference, that's just something you should note. On the top, we've got the Hall effect analog triggers. So these are really smooth, same quality as these ones, brilliant quality, a good size. They're very large in size, as you can see that there. They're similarly styled to the PlayStation controllers. And then you've got the bumpers here, which have got very responsive switches in them as well. Great size, and the fact that they're on the corners makes them very easy to press. And whilst you're ready to lean over and hit the triggers, the bumpers are very accessible. We've got a nice large soft touch finish to the back, so that's going to support and give traction to whatever device you're using in there without any issues at all. Now, one thing I like about this is when you open it up, you see inside there, it shows you which buttons you need to press to connect to which device. So that's quite nice, because sometimes you forget and then you're fumbling around for the instructions manual, but in this case all the information that you need is right there. So if I want to connect it onto if I want to start this up in a PS4 mode, for example, if I'm using this with PS Remote Play, we will test it out in a minute, then I'm going to use function and B to turn it on. Long press the combination key for 2 seconds to switch modes. So you can switch modes to, I guess, emulate the controller input that you desire. And you can see the Xbox input and the Xbox and also switch modes there as well. On the back, we've got the programmable buttons, macro buttons that you can customize, and I'm guessing this is going to be customizable probably through the app. So M1 and M2 there. Again, these have got really nice micro switches on them. They've got such a lovely placement. The size is lovely. Your finger sits on them naturally. Because they're at an angle, they're easy to engage, but there's no chance of actually firing these off accidentally, because the weight does not naturally land on there when you're holding the pad. You've got these grips here to actually support holding the controller, and you literally only press these. Out of all the different controllers you've seen me test, right, I think this is probably one of my favorite implementations of the back buttons out of all the controllers, period. That is just a really good implementation. The height is nice, the position is perfect because your fingers rest on them at angles. You don't need to do this sort of a stuff or this sort of a grip to fire the buttons off. You literally just hit them with the insides of your fingers and you're ready to go whenever you want them. Very comfortable to hold and use overall. And then on the front we've got the home button for Nintendo Switch as well, the menu buttons that you're typically used to seeing on most controllers, and you can see the function button there as well. Let's just compare that to this. There's slight difference between the controllers there. Obviously that one has the home button to support Nintendo Switch, where this one had a turbo button in its place instead. Otherwise they're all pretty much the same. So that's the key difference here, right? So I think it's probably worth testing this out with a Nintendo Switch. So get it into Switch mode. I'm going to hold function and A, and more importantly, I should probably also go ahead and grab the Nintendo Switch. Right, I've got the switch in. I've just pressed the home button to turn it on. I think I'm going to have to press the function and A button to switch modes. I need it to flash red. There you go, it's flashing red. So that's definitely ready to pair with the Nintendo Switch. Let's get this on. Let's go to controllers and let's see if it finds, well, it's probably going to be a controller. Change grip. Right, let's see if it finds it. I'm probably going to start that again because I think it's just timed out. Yeah, it's gone off. So I'm going to press the home button to turn it on, and it's now turning on in the last tested mode. It's paired, as you can see there, straight away. And we're in switch mode. And we're working. Look at that. How cool is that? Now, working absolutely fine. Vibration works absolutely fine as well. So I'm getting rumble. Now I haven't do anything fancy there to make it work. It's just working out of the box, which is great. It seems to be working absolutely fine. Start button. Yep. Menu buttons. And that's super. So this is actually a really, really nice controller for the Nintendo Switch. I'll be honest. You could probably just use this at home instead of your Joy-Cons. It fits really, really nice. The C port is there to charge the Switch if you need. The charging port for this controller is over here. They've kept it going sideways, which is nice. So it's not coming straight down because that will get into your hands. So when you've got the cable sticking out, it's sticking out this way, which is at least not getting in the way of the grips at all. That's quite nice, and I can show you what I mean by that. Maybe if I quickly just get my charging cable out here somewhere. There's a charging cable, and if it was plugged in while I was gaming, it sticks out at an angle like that, so you can see what's going on there. Now this is charging, the light is flashing green as well, and yeah, my little pinky's touching it, but it's not actually getting in the way of it at all. It's just resting on it. So that works okay. Now if you're not at a table and it's dangling down, it's just kind of out of your way again, so it's not really causing any issues there whatsoever. It's a nice overall placement for the charging port. My ultimate preference is that charging ports are generally there or there, so maybe in some future iterations we'll see a movement of that port. EasySMX, no doubt you are watching my videos. I absolutely love your controllers. If you so wish to take some of my feedback and change your products, please feel free to do so. I'll take no credit, but I would love to see that C port move from there to there. I think that would be the optimum placement for that charging port, and that's just my opinion. And maybe you could just have one on the top and one on the bottom. Maybe we need a pass-through port as well for something or the other in the future. But otherwise, there we go. That seems to be working absolutely fine now. You can see I can switch to top mode there as well when I just hold the R3 stick in. Game Boy Zelda vibes. That's what it is, isn't it? When you're in that mode. Awesome. Right. Let's test it out with some mobile stuff. Right, so I've got my phone here. I'm just going to try and get this into a pairing mode for Android. So again, now we are holding the function button and the, what button is that? You can see that there, function, and I'm struggling here for the life of me. One of these buttons to pair into Bluetooth mode. I think it's going to be that one there. Probably got to turn it on first, but that's going to probably connect to the switch again. So if I hold function and that button, it's in yellow pairing mode now. I should be able to find this on my phone. So now I'm just going to scan for devices and hopefully it's going to come up as a new EasySMX M15 SETEC. There we go. So I'm going to pair with that. The light is flashing fast. I'm guessing it's going to pair, or it has already paired. It's definitely trying to pair. It says it's connected. That's interesting. So it says it's connected, but it's not working at the moment. So I'm just going to turn this thing off and on and see what happens. So I've got the controller paired up in HID mode currently, as you saw me starting the pairing on. I've got Xbox Game Pass running, and I'm just going to run set up your device for cloud gaming. Got it. I think it's pretty much set up. So hopefully this is going to start up and we'll be able to test some gaming with this awesome controller. Volume is too loud for this time of night. So I've roughly placed it just below center, because I think that is a nice position. If it doesn't work, I'll switch it to Xbox mode and see how that works, but not really expecting any issues with this. You can see the light is solid, that means it's paired to the device. And I was able to navigate through the menus absolutely fine. It looks like it's working. Get that in full brightness mode, so hopefully it'll be easier to catch on the camera. Right, working absolutely fine. I should be able to take a car for a spin. There we go, working absolutely fine. Now obviously the quality of this is ultimately going to... Oh, it looks like the roads are wet, so I've got a lot of drifting going on at the moment from what I can see. Has it been raining? It looks like it's been raining. You can see what's going on there. Really, really good quality. The controller is comfortable. As I said, being able to, you know, get your fingers... Now I can't see the screen properly because I'm trying to record, so I'm holding it up. Maybe if I do a bit of that, I can see better and probably try and play a bit better. But overall, this is working absolutely fine. Xbox Game Pass here. Analog sticks are smooth, they're responsive. The buttons are responsive as well. You can see that their trigger. Now some of the other key features I might as well describe while I'm playing this is you can switch the ABXY mode. So Nintendo buttons are in a different order to the Xbox buttons, for example, or PlayStation buttons. So you can switch the AB and the XY buttons to be the opposite way around, depending on what mode and what device you're playing. So it feels natural to press the right buttons and that they're not the wrong way around. It does allow you to switch ABXY. The other thing you can do is you can switch the trigger modes, so you can switch them between like a pin mode, a hairpin mode, where, you know, just as you touch them they engage straight away and they don't work as analog triggers, they just work as standard buttons. And you might want to use that sort of a mode for quick response when you're playing shoot 'em ups or other games that don't actually take benefit of the analog triggers at all. So there is an option to enable and disable that quick mode, or that quick trigger mode, for the left and right analog triggers as well. So that's another nice customization. So fully feature packed controller here for your mobile devices. The fact that it works with Nintendo Switch is a massive bonus. It's a lovely size and form factor overall. So throwing this in your bag, it's not really taking that much space. It's light, it's not heavy, it's very, very well built. The build quality is phenomenal. I'm just switching through radio stations there, so D-pad seems to be working well as well. And you can see that I'm having a really long, comfortable drive, and I finally stacked it, as I said that. So rewind, yep, there you go. So you can see Xbox Game Pass working absolutely fine. Let's give it a quick test with PlayStation. Now when I'm pairing it in PlayStation mode, so it's holding the function and the B button, lights flashing green, it doesn't come up as EasySMX, it comes up as wireless controller, so I think that's going to be the one. So I'm going to try and just pair it and see what happens. And if it pairs, which it has done, then the next thing to do is just get into the PlayStation Remote Play app. Right, so I've signed in PlayStation Remote Play app. This is the native PlayStation app. And this is in PS mode. You can see the controller is working absolutely fine. Let's just quickly go into a game. I don't know what game was running here. Looks like my son was playing Wipeout. That seems to be working absolutely fine as well. So let's just go back, and can I actually restart the game? Race again, just to see how it works. Get the volume up a little bit, not too loud. It is working buttery smooth. Who needs a PlayStation Portal, right? When you've got a setup like this, let's be honest. Portal's an awesome device, by the way. Love it, but limited functionality, single-use device. One Android device, especially a Fold with such a gorgeous internal screen, and a controller like this, and that's it. Gaming world is at your fingertips. PlayStation, Xbox, emulators, you name it. Native games. The remote play experience is really good. It feels like Sony have refined it since they launched the PlayStation Portal, because obviously they need it to be of superior quality to take benefit of a device like that. Now the quality, look at that, it's so smooth. I'm not really noticing any lag in the controller, I'll be honest. It's just my quality of playing Wipeout is not great, and I'm not doing it any justice, but you get the idea here. We've tested this on 3 formats from 2 devices: the Nintendo Switch itself, PlayStation Remote Play via the official app, Xbox Game Pass. Now if I was using the Xbox app to do console remote play, that's no doubt going to work as well. You've got the ability to also switch it into Xbox mode, if you so wish to use the original Xbox mode as well for X input. But otherwise this seems to be working absolutely fine. Obviously it's not limited to just Android devices. This will probably work with other games consoles or computers that, for example PC, that support Bluetooth X input gamepad as well. So I could probably just pair this to my PC or my Steam Deck, for example, or anything else I want to play games on there as well. So works absolutely fine. Home button works as the menu button as well, as you can see there. Super. Really capable game controller. If you don't want the USB-C one, you want the ability to play Nintendo Switch as well. So one controller for more than one device. PC as well, pair to PC, pair to any other console, you know, your Windows gaming PC, Steam Deck, Legion Go, whatever else you're using. This is a really diverse and capable controller. I couldn't recommend it more. It's fantastic, it's comfortable, it's functional, it does what it says on the tin. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Any questions about this awesome M15 Bluetooth variant of controller from EasySMX, please ask them in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer all the questions I can. If you haven't already done so and you've enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner, and I'll see you in the next video.